friends, welcome back to my channel, Planty Princess 92. My name is Ashley. Today I decided to do episode number 5 of Spilling the Soil. Today's episode I wanted to talk a little bit about the Hoya Fitchii, which is a really nice, neat, small-leafed Hoya with prominent white little veins scattered through the leaves. This Hoya was first discovered by a man named Charles Marsden Fitch in the Philippines, which is obviously where this plant is native to. Before discovering this Hoya and naming it after Charles Fitch, it was referred to as Hoya CMF number 8. It was first published in Fertilizer between October and December of 2009, which is when it officially became the Hoya Fitchii. This is a really easy plant to care for, a great plant for beginner collectors, or just somebody who just wants to add a nice, neat, cute plant in their collection, but doesn't want something that's really fussy or needs a lot of care. Because this plant is native to the Philippines, that kind of gives you a little information on what type of temperatures and humidity this plant would like and thrive in. The Philippines is more of a warmer area with a higher humidity, although this plant will do fine in a lower humidity. As with anything that is a humidity loving plant, it will definitely grow faster and better and probably flower a little sooner in a higher humidity. I do keep this in a humidity around 80 or 90%, and it is starting to grow really nicely. There is a tiny little spot on this plant that I definitely think is forming a peduncle. I got my first peduncle on another plant, and it is kind of forming in a similar area, which is, I'll probably have to post some pictures because it's going to be hard to see, but it's a little dot that's right on the tip of that leaf right there. And you know, there's already an active growth point there, so I would assume that it would hopefully be a peduncle. It definitely looks like a peduncle. It looks exactly like the other one that I am getting in, so I'm really excited. Now, all Hoyas are, not all Hoyas, a lot of Hoyas are epiphytes, which also gives you a general look into what kind of soil or medium they would like to be in. A lot of Hoyas and most Hoyas definitely like to dry out more than be wet. Unless they're really thin leafed, they definitely are more succulent like and can handle more of a drought tolerance rather than being waterlogged. This one specifically would do best drying out a bit in between waterings. I am growing mine semi-hydroponically in Leca, and it is doing very, very well. Definitely loves this. So it's just constantly sitting in a reservoir of water. That's about a third of the pot. I do provide it nutrients that aren't provided by the soil, as well as an natural organic fertilizer, which is what I fertilize all of my houseplants with. I think it works better. My plants really like it. I do fertilize with liquid dirt, and because it's natural and organic, I do fertilize every time I water the Hoyas I have in soil, or every time I fill up the reservoirs for this particular Hoya that I'm growing semi-hydroponically. If you were to go the synthetic route, I would definitely recommend using a balanced fertilizer first of all, and also cutting that recommended dosage in half. So if it's a half a teaspoon per gallon, I'd recommend going a quarter per gallon. But also if you're doing it bi-weekly at a half, you know, the recommended dosage, I'd also cut the time frame in half and do it monthly, just to make these little ladies not so harsh in the fertilizer. Make sure there's no burn, and make sure you're not giving them too much so they can grow nice and healthy and live at their fullest potential. This one is just a great pick for any collection and a very nice, easy care Hoya. Thank you guys again for joining me in another episode of Spilling the Soil. I hope you learned a little bit about this amazing Hoya Fitchii. I definitely love having this one in my collection. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're interested in the content I provide. And as always, every plant's a princess. Bye!